So, with so many different definitions and so many different thinking of ours, the word cloud I just mentioned is all here. Is it about arts? Is it about people? Is it about experiences? Is it about thinking? Is it about inspirational? Is it about conducting workshops? Is it only at the organizational level, or is it at the business level? Is it only for me, or is it for the team, or is it for everyone? Right? These questions come up, and absolutely this is what it is. This, we got the answer. The whole essence of creativity is that it is fresh, it has its freedom, and it's new. And it involves seeing things in new ways and breaking rules. Oh, well, yes. Does that mean that structure actually does not allow you to be creative? Yes, to a large extent, possibly. Probably, yes. I need the freedom. I need the space in which I can be creative. Oh, well, we're still not able to digest and comprehend what creativity is. So let's go a little forward. Let's explore while you all keep thinking. Oh yes, thinking is one of the major aspects when it comes to creativity. Let's go a little forward. Let's shred this. It's all about breaking free. And how do you break free? You break free when you start thinking outside the box. Oh well, for me, I don't know where the box is in the first place. I don't know how to break the box in the first place. And I don't know how to think outside the box because I don't know where the box is. So many of us get into the space of being in a glass ceiling. And breaking free from that glass ceiling is important. We had a motivational speaker earlier. We had other speakers who have shared their experiences of life earlier. They've all been creative in their own way. We have all been creative in our own way without understanding or without even giving a thought that we are being creative. The thought of this particular platform itself is so creative, which has gotten people all over participating in presentations over presentations, day on and day on and on. This is for us to break free from our thoughts and look at how we can actually make a difference. Oh well, I think elephant is the most famous animal today. I heard Jagdish Janapa talking about it. I heard Mr. Ravindran talking about it. Mr. Ravindran. I'm also talking about elephant. Wow. We never thought of talking on the same lines, but probably this is creativity. When blind men touch the elephant, each one thinks it to be different. And that's exactly what creativity is. And each one is creative, mind you. Whether the blind man touches the trunk and thinks it's a snake or touches the tail and thinks it's a rope, doesn't matter. Everyone is creative. Well, again, the question. Enough of all this. Let's come to the brass tacks. What exactly do you mean creativity, and how do you solve the creativity conundrum? Okay. First and foremost, we need to look at this. I want to pinpoint on this because technology is playing an havoc on our human creativity. That's because machines are learning and humans are hooked. Well, in our younger days, we used to get hooked, but it had a different meaning. Today, it has a different connotation altogether of being hooked. Earlier, it was emotional. It would bring a smile on our face. Today, it would probably bring a spectacle on my face because I'm hooked onto a screen. Very creative ways of getting all of this onto a single platform. We are all glued. Thanks to technology, we are all glued, or we are all hooked today through this learning and presentation and training platform. But majority of us, majority of the people are hooked and getting influenced by the machines to such an extent that we are losing out on our creativity. We are losing out on our thought process. We are losing out on our thinking ability. We are losing out on all the basic cognitive abilities that we humans have had for centuries and thousands of years, which we have survived. Probably doomsday is near if machines are learning and humans are hooked. Why did I speak about this? It's because we are in Industry 4.0 era. Machines have taken over all the mundane things. Machines have taken over all the repetitive things. Machines are taking over our jobs. Machines are taking over a lot of things which we used to do earlier. Okay? If machines are doing what humans have been doing all these years, what are we supposed to do? Well, we are supposed to be creative. And how is that going to happen? And how is that going to help? Well, let's go a little forward and just check it out. It's a classic example of technology and human interface that would bring about the next level of creativity that we are talking about. The next level of creativity will be technology driven. Is it so? Well, not really. To a large extent, yes. To a large extent, probably not. So again, a lot of questions. So let's see what answers do we have. Let me talk about something that I would want to ask all of you. What do you think creativity is? Is it skill or is it something else? Is it art? Yes, sir, please.
It is bringing something new into existence, Chidambaram.
It is bringing something new into existence, yes.
It is art.
It's an art. It's a piece of art, yes.
It is what new perspectives got into mind, which is put into action and creating an outcome. This is what creativity is all about.
Creativity is all about, yes. So again, I'm opening up a Pandora's box of asking you whether it is a skill, an art, or a science. And when I look at it as skill, I would tend to believe that, oh yes, creativity is a skill. But when I start looking at it as an art, not necessarily performing art or fine art, I would start looking at it as though it is a piece of art. If I start looking at it from the glass of science, I definitely start looking at creativity to be driven by science. Or is it a mixture of all of this? Probably that's where we need to seek our answer of not just looking at it in silos, not looking at it with our blinkers on, by opening up my horizon, by taking it a step beyond of just not looking at it as a skill or an art or science. Probably it's much more. And yes, not probably, certainly it is much more.